Okay. Azeez production. Please don't buy treated net before your insect will just die.
Basic BSM training.
Somebody has gone to buy treated net.
Doctor has told us day one.
Yeah. Oh, this is mosquito net. It will work. So you just expect not to start farming price for canteen.
The one that you gave me.
There's business for kiting also. So.
Yes. Azeez production and supplies. Egg traps. You know, you can start producing. Just get all this tire. I mean, the tire they call it. They will file it and make it into. Or if you are rich, you can use MDF boards. You just like it for the they use straw. And I can tell you something. You can also import it. You can import it. It's about between $3 to $30. But I don't know how many quantities. Yes. You just check on Alibaba and see. You can import and supply. You understand? Yes. There's nothing wrong with the imported one. The Azeez is something you can even use coats, corrugated coaches, papers and the like. But I love to have a system than just to do things haphazardly. If I'm doing experiments, I'm teaching, I can use anything. But when I want to build business, I want a business that's replicable. So that I can take statistics and be a bit empirical with my data. Item sourcing and supply is another opportunity. Remember I said fabrication and supply, you can also source and supply. You understand? The problem I have we have a slogan that we use to tell people in agriculture. Can you remember the slogan? Na me get am. Na me get am. Everybody's always wants to talk about what he has. And then you bring that into agriculture, it's going to beat you, black and blue. You understand what I'm saying? Business and people, they don't always go together. People that could never have talked to me, walk into my office and tell me nonsense. After I finish dealing with you, I'll hand over to so that they will brutalize before you get out. When I started business, they're calling me sir. Yes, sir. I had to learn humility on another level.
By force.
That people will even come to my office, hungry people that cannot even, they'll come and mash you like this. You have to understand this because you can't make money when you are ego. You have to control. It's part of business. So, waste aggregation and supply. Another opportunity. You could aggregate waste, treat the waste, and supply. It's another value chain. You have to understand that value chain. One thing I've done in business is wanting to do everything is going to deal with you mercilessly. It's going to brutalize you. You don't have to do everything, you just have to leverage on it. As little as this statement is, there are so many things happening from the point of collection, point of delivery, that can mar the whole process. And if a guy or a group of guys are focused on just waste management, they can become very good at it. One of the things plaguing our agricultural sector is the farmer is the input supplier, is the sealer, is the this, is the that. Because people have money to access all of these things. So he does all of those things. I have been in the shoes. I have been issue designing my greenhouses, sourcing my material, training my people, looking for market, looking for investors, looking for everything. And the day the weight came crashing on me, my backbone couldn't sustain it. You know? Yes. So this will happen to everybody when you want to do everything. So you must. And there's a point I'm going to achieve at the end of this. Why this industry needs to be built beyond just I want to do. Yes. No, not just doing everything, I just want to do.
Now you get one.
So, remember fabrication and supply, then design and fabrications. That's another one. Like you could design greenhouses, you could design nets, you can help people with farm setup. Oh yeah, you want to do this, this is how your farm should be like. This is your flow chart, this is this. Operations planning, all of these are designs. These are opportunities that you can also have in the value chain. So there are a lot of opportunities. I mean, omit some of them, but we will see them as. If you see anyone, you can also software production. You know, I saw the last time I was there, Mr. John dashed to one of his Ilri and came back with a bag with some certain things from cassava peel and everything. You don't have to do more than that. That alone could be a business that makes you grow in an industry that is solid. Research and consultancies. Research. I hate to see that researchers are always wearing faded jeans, bending shoes, and they're always sweaty, and they're always frustrated. They put a lot of money in researches.
Not in Nigeria, sir.
Maybe not in Nigeria, yes. One of my colleagues told me one day that, so he went to, he got admission in Portsmouth to study mobile telecommunications. Then I was also in UK, then he jammed on the street one day, he said, Augusta, as the waiting happened. He said as he landed in the university like that, University of Portsmouth, the first day after their matriculation. Matriculation is what takes you in, right? Yes. So they sat down, and then there were several topics for projects. They did not started lecture. It's a top master. There were project topics and different companies. Yeah. So he was picked. He picked a topic from Siemens. Siemens Telecommunication. You know, he's a communicator in the Navy. So he went there for mobile communication company. So he picked from Siemens. Now he won Cherby's scholarship to UK. Then, so Cherby's is paying all of his tuition, his ticket, is giving him money every month. Then he now luckily picked a topic that belonged to Siemens. And Siemens said, we are talking 10,000 pounds for this.
Can you imagine? Just bringing new idea for us.
And then he started doing that. Not only Siemens, there was Nokia, there were all of these big companies, even Chinese companies. They were there with the university. So, research, he'll give you grants. It's not for me to give you grants. When we developed the business one time, I will talk about youth development in the business. And then I said this, I'll give you a name. Let's say your name is Mr. Cricket. So Mr. Cricket needs.
I know.
Okay, I don't know that. Okay. And so I know he's supposed to do an agricultural project that will cost him 1 million naira over 6 months before he breaks even. Then I'm an investor or I'm a sponsor. Then I give you 1 million naira for that project. I have broken him.
Yes. Why?
He's going to eat. He's going to commute. He's going to be normal daily expense for those 6 months. If he doesn't have it, he will patch that 1 million naira. And that 1 million naira, because he's operating below it, his numbers are already negatively adjusted. Then I come and tell him he's a thief. No, he's not a thief. He's just a man that has to survive. Exactly. Because it's the capital of the business. I gave him 1 million. Why did I just put my 1 million on the business and remove Anu from the equation? Without Anu, we don't even have an equation. So, in structuring businesses, in structuring sponsorship, research work, you need to also understand that the man behind it needs to be supported and sustained.
Exactly. So,
Champions is going to drop 38,000 pounds for someone to go to the UK. Yes. And he says, I'm going to pay your ticket regardless. I'm going to give you 20 pounds every day for feeding. I'm going to give you this and this and that. Because they want real result from it. Exactly. So, when you're talking about productivity, results, you must understand that the critical element of that is human capital, labor, and capital, labor, entrepreneur, what do you call it? Yes, and investor. So that entrepreneur, if it's not the key, the labor, what are you going to work for? Who is the investor going to keep the money? But we almost always forget that critical thing. Even the man himself forgets himself. So when you come to me that you need money for business and you tell me you need 1 million, but just get 1 million now, business is fine. Then you get 1 million naira, right? You need an app and your phone is doing like this. You say, let me just buy all I can buy the So when you get home, the hunger stab you. And you see, you need to understand that you need another 500,000 to keep yourself. Right? 1.5 to 1.6 million. And then you bring that to reality of your numbers. That way you can be realistic and you won't be a thief. And this is, I'm speaking to you from genuine experiences rather than just
that's an experience too.
Yes.
But here it doesn't work that way, and those are the reasons why we are not getting results.
Yes.
I have a case study during the Lakaji corridor, whatever.
The Lakaji
corridor.
They don't abandon project. It's very abandoned. You know,
I'm coming.
So yeah, Dr.
I learned that Lakaji stuff, you know, I just try to house agri opportunities among the country. So, luckily, I was taken to develop a dairy. There's a friend of mine that had an investor from maybe Netherlands, something like that. The white man married a Calabar lady. So the man now, you know, I think they folded up almost of this small dairy in maybe Netherlands, something like that. So he shipped all the dairy machinery to Nigeria and Kuala. So now he met my friend, so they collaborated. You know. doing it. So I was the business development manager for the team. You know that you said for each business development manager they gave us 5 million naira each. How? Sourcing of materials, you have to research. Marketing, you have to research. Engineering, you have to take an architect for engineering, all those stuff, whatever. So by the time I was given maybe 3 or 4 months, so I have to employ engineer, architect, and whatever. Got to support me, to get good. Then at the end of the day, also an accountant also to flesh out the financial balance sheet and all those. Everybody when they now have a closed shop, when the program gets into an end, we are just praising that project. If not because of that project, had it been the thing ended with Nigerians, they will misuse it. And that really developed me seriously as a person. Because I have to do everything because of the money involved. I'm just backing up with what you are saying.
Yeah, I agree with you.
5 million is not small money. You talk benefit.
So the next level of the value chain after you put this production, we have opportunity to production. Everybody will say yes, because that's the farm. What can we farm? Farming insects, different insects. Like I said, you don't have to farm everything, and you can farm everything. You have capacity. System is what matters. I remember one time one of my senior colleagues was making a research on integrated farms in Nigeria. So he was in the National Defense College, and he came all the way to the southern parts of Nigeria, southwest, southeast, and going from farm to farm to look for integrated farms. And several farms we have, let's say, there's one kind of integrated farming services. Mixed cropping, mixed farming, and integrated farming are 2 different things. That I have multiple projects on the same farm doesn't mean I'm doing integrated farming, unless they're actually integrated in a circular system. So we have had this assumption for long. I'm doing cassava, I'm doing burrero, I'm doing fish, and then I'm an integrated farmer. Not an integrated farmer, they are just having mixed problems. What is the service that this is providing to this? And what the target that the output of this is doing in the input supply of this? So you don't have to do everything. If you want to lock on cricket, resolution is it looks very well.
We are waiting for your television.
The television is there. It's my own.
It will provide logistics for us.
I wasn't in the country. I got to
Any president will provide the logistics. I mentioned it. Will provide the logistics.
Right way back when there's a guy that would have dropped the key for to go and to help you. But one time the guy picked all these keyboards, laptop, I'm not going to say this is a standing AC. Best and local knew where I was moving without talking to me. He stole it literally and came from 65-inch television, 100-inch television, and everything. So that time I collected the key from the warehouse.
I trust you.
You trust me?
I trust you.
No, it's available. I don't like that because my car is not in good shape, and I cannot carry that on my car. I need
don't worry, we get it.
From the body not sick lady. No, you need to love me, no kid and Ola, you can pick it. It's there.
And we are traveling to
only check it.
We are traveling tomorrow.
Everywhere. This class. What is our oh my God, help me. Okay, it's fine. Grasshopper farming. Mealworm, BSF, different cockroaches, different things you can farm or the value chain. So you can actually farm. In the production, you can also focus on frass. All I want to do is I want to be producing frass. What you need to do is to get your numbers right. Remember, the consumer determine how far you can remain in the market. If you focus on frass, how are you going to be getting the bioprocessing the waste? Somebody supplying the waste. But remember that waste is going to be bioprocessed by individual lab. And as their processes are getting old and becoming obsolete, you need new latte. How do you get new supplies of latte? What ensures the continuity of your business? These are the things that you have to think about. And this comes, everything you are doing that also, you cannot bring it down to naira and kobo. Pay attention when you are in bubble. You are not in a business. And agriculture, everybody is in agriculture, but not everybody is in agriculture. So, I just said there's a guy doing our cohort. All he says is, he just wants to be producing eggs. I believe in his vision, only that I'm afraid that how many people buy the egg. How will they be buying the egg or something? When I was much younger, we were doing fry production. So around 11 years, 12, I was already breeding, I used to breed catfish. Then we sell the fries. I know how to package it, put gas and everything. I don't think it's a business that really will fly now. Maybe fingerlings may still be selling. But I doubt that fry production will fly now. Almost everybody can produce fry and fry. That time was a complicated system. We have to get fishes, weigh them, remove the pituitary gland, then use acetone, and then come and do it and inject and wait and all of those things. As a young boy, I was in GS1. I would do all of this management for my brother. We would just come, we would strip together, we fertilize, we do that. I would monitor it becomes like fries, I would harvest the fries. And we not say that was a business on its own. How sustainable is it? Then, but it was sacred. He said, I don't tell people how to produce fry. Then,
the time of Cynthia. Yeah, they will hide inside the
I remember that. This guy too, Aska.
Yes.
I think Zatek.
You don't enter the archery.
So I don't know all of those times. Then I was the only small boy. Like 15 years older than me. I was always after them like tea. So they allowed me to learn some of those skills that time. And now it's everywhere. YouTube.
Yes.
Just making on TikTok now. And everything. And then you can play with it and do it. And I know that I did that as a 10-year-old boy, 11-year-old boy. I know that a 10-year-old boy can do it. So I can't build my future around it. So you have to make sure it's sustainable and can adapt to number. You understand? So usually it could be a support to reduce your dependency on other people's quality of fish. The same thing, egg production. Do you want to be producing larvae or nymph is just like it? So, or nymph production, what are you going to be doing with it? But anything you want to do, always remember you are in business or you are in a hobby. If it's a hobby, you have no business with profit and loss. You have a business with satisfaction. As long as you are happy, you are okay. Ladies and gentlemen, if it is business, it has to be numbers. Get the number. Don't get the number. The number cannot stand. You look for another location. Adjust your metrics till you can get the number before you start putting your money. I'm sorry to tell you, prayers have been given. Like angels don't know, they know mathematics.
I am choosing.
Just to be waste balance recyclation, maybe that's your focus. That is the fry production, right? Why did I repeat it? Yeah, fry production from the agricultural and waste balance recyclation from the environmental angle. Value addition. Wow. It's so clear here. With the resolution, I really apologize. I should have.
No problem.
Yeah. So
maybe we have the.
No. Well, we have this mind already. So value addition. You can have a lot of things that you are looking at in processing, whether you are doing primary or doing secondary. Organic fertilizer blending, oil extraction, maybe it's oil you want to focus on. Whether you want to be doing biodiesel, lubricant, protein, feed, you want to go into hydrosan production, you want to start making BSF paste. Before you get to paste, you form them, you grind them into paste and something to become part of feed production. You want to do snacks and edible products. Like the way you are drinking tea now, start eating insects.
Yes.
Very soon we'll start doing it. Because a lot of work is going on the ground. You don't expect us to sit without prejudice to you. I'm not being to sit on training 20 people, 30 people, 2 monthly, and then people like these, all of us will be running up and down. No. That would be for a purpose that is mutually ground and beneficial. Okay? So, imagine that there are cookies. You know, they drop cookies of cricket in front of you. You don't eat cricket, but you can eat cricket cookie. Okay, let me give you an instance. One day I was sitting down one day, so I was on the table. Then I was with my friends, and Pakistani, Saudi Arabian, and like, we're all eating bacon. And I told them, we're not talking about what I like. I said, I love bacon a lot. They said, yeah, you like bacon? They said, someone said, Azeez, you say you don't eat pig? I said, no, I don't eat pig. I like bacon. I said, but bacon is pig. Idiot. Well, sometimes you can't accept something. A lot of things that I said are due to mental psychological dysfunction. You know, one time I was stood beside a rotting something, and he was looking at the lavage there. He said, before, when I see maggots, it irritates. He said, but now I think I have more tolerance for it. And then, yes, I've got the maggot farmer. Because your mind changed. Your mind was adjusted. You know. So, you need to be able to produce this thing in different ways that becomes acceptable. Some people will not eat it, but they will eat esusu. But they will eat the cricket biscuits, or they will eat the chicken that were raised by crickets. Just think. Remember, your consumers are highly influential. You don't have control over them. You can't manipulate them, and they're not going to buy from you. No, have you ever been in traffic? Maybe you're driving and somebody say, please now buy from me, or you go to market and say, you have bought from my neighbor, and then and I ask you, why should I buy because of the emotion? I don't give a hoot about how you feel. I give a hoot about what I need. Because consumers are cowards, they don't give a hoot about you. You invest $1 billion into your own equity. They ask you. If you don't need it, you don't buy it.
I'll send you.
There's a cup we call who sell you cup. They don't sell you cup here. That one is very close to you. Very big cup. When you put water inside, that is you drinking the water, you're not able to eat. That's who sell you cup. So, bioplastic, medical gears, cosmetics, and antiseptics. The oil extracted from BSM, you know it contains lauric acid. It's very similar to what we have in palm oil, which can be antimicrobial. Utilizing all of these are opportunities. We're even doing one joke that if you take snail slime, BSM oil, and you put perfume, and you're using it to rub your body, why waste money on expensive? Yeah, because snail slime is super potent. Palm oil, very potent. You understand? Yeah. One of the things that when I was developing this, Ebo pie is very it's just that you'll be smelling. You'll be very paranoid. Another one is distribution. Distribution. This is another opportunity. Distribution. You don't have to do the whole thing. Always remember where you can connect. Are you an IT guy that's in agriculture? Let your IT be profitable to agriculture. You know? Agritech, logistic, technology, trade matching, e-commerce, these are things that you can do. Transport and logistic operations, real operations. Look at it now. We have, it is just down here in Ojo that television is. Ojo, you know what? And that's where my warehouse is. To get there to bring it. Like, I used to have all these buses that time. I'll just talk to driver and brought it. But now, look at what the logistics can do. Now imagine that you produce and you can't even transport it. When they bring our tomatoes from the north, we lose about 33% of them to spoiling due to transportation. They are primarily in baskets, carried on tanker, and are all overstaffed because of logistics. If we have good logistical system, somebody invested in that logistics and begin to do it. The implication is that the price of tomato on the long run will start dropping because the spoilage will be reduced. Yes. We lose almost 80% of it, 25% to spoilages. I heard someone was talking about converting cassava to ethanol. But when you want to talk about it, no tomatoes can convert it to ethanol. Really? There is no tomato. Almost every plant contains starch. Starch is sugar. Sugar is alcohol. Simple. Just hydrolysis, pyrolysis here and there, and then you have something. anything that is starch can become alcohol.
Maybe the volume of starch to make
That one is now for the business to consume. Possibility, feasibility, and viability are two different things. So supplies. You could be supplying, you could be importing and exporting. One of the things that got me really interested in a country like Liberia. Liberia has a total population of 5 million people. Less than Oyo State. Oyo State is 1.8 million people. Yes, because we're talking about. Well, to work. I doubt that less than Yaba. Because how many is Lagos? 15 million?
Liberia,
15 million. So that might not be called of Lagos. So there is not 50 million, data is 22 million. I have seen two data of 15 million and 2 million. I always take it conservative. So just to be safer. But now 5 million people. Now what the challenge these people have, they import almost every of their food. So after the war, what happens to everybody? Everybody wants to be classy. So it's either you are selling recharge cards or drugs, covets, or you are working for government white collar. So tomatoes are sold in pieces. The way you buy apple. Yes, sir.
How do they make stew?
The way you buy apple, the way they sell tomato in pieces.
And maybe you have experience last time when tomato was expensive.
So rice are also given as gifts. Yes, because rice is very, very valuable. So they import almost all their rice. In fact, they import all their rice. And there are not good roads connecting towns and everything. So,
the fourth war now, what do you call
for a very long time.
Very long time. All those
You don't understand the devastation of war. When you watch war, it's like the actor is dodging bullets and you feel that war is one of the things that you can actually replicate. You hear people talk about war. No, if you have been to war or you've seen the impact of war, you'll never pray for it. They've not recovered since 1997 or thereabout.
Even the Eastern Nigerians in development, they are not
so you must come to the fact that it's, and just their neighbor too. Sierra Leone too. Electricity is 11% in penetration. The internet is 18% penetration.
I think for people of them, more than 75% of them don't have access to it.
Majority of the lights that is in Liberia is in Monrovia. This is there after Monrovia, the Nimba County. So what are we talking about?
Magnified village.
But that's not even the point. What I'm looking at is this country depends almost on everything to be imported to them. There are 5 billion people. In Ibadan, you can do business and be really multi-millionaire. Supplying things to only Ibadan people. 7.8 million people. That's a large market for food. And they spend Liberian dollars and US dollars. You could go to market and pay US dollar, collect Liberian dollar, like that. So there is no complexity of I'm buying from Sabo and everything. You get it everywhere. That creates an opportunity. So one day I was doing the research. I have a friend who is a professor of rice. He's only just specialty on rice and had 3 years experience at that time. He had mapped out Liberia until Liberia had one of the most fertile soil in the tropical Africa for rice farming. But Liberians don't farm rice. They don't want to farm, they want to work in Africa. So there are opportunities, either I farm them or I export rice to them. And you don't even need to farm the rice and export, you can source and send to them. Import and export is an opportunity you can also have here. Cucumber, tomatoes, oil, fishes. Look at it. So in the insect value chain, what can you do? What exactly can we do? The poultry value chain is run purely by Lebanese. 99% of the poultry value chain is in the hand of Lebanese. Yes. All stocks Lebanese and partly India own almost all stores in Liberia. Now, if you want to go into farming there, you are most likely going to be choked up because the pumping chicken. About to open the poultry farm. You're not denying why you're not in there, you know?
I like the Azeez.
So, these are opportunities. They want food now. Hungry persons want food now. Whether they have the money or not, they want food now. So export and import opportunities along the value chain of insects. But I just use that as an example. I'm not saying that it's a market for insects. Okay. Consumption. This is another business. Consumption, you need business intelligence. How are people preferring this? How are they preferring it? Can I use this as an example? Now, this product is in Nigeria. I'm very sure if you want to make the one in Nigeria, you would like to use 2 of these. I can categorically tell you without prejudicing your work now, that after pouring this inside this cup of tea, it is very light. Buy exactly this one in Ghana. You don't need more than 1 sachet. Milo. That Milo per sachet. One is in Ghana. You can't use one in Nigeria except you just want to drink Milo. So, and the question is this. People will say, hey, quality, Nigeria, things are not good. Hey, no. The question is, how much are you willing to pay? Even if you are willing to pay much, how much do you have disposable as part of your income? So you must come to the reality of the people that are going to consume it. Market research. Business intelligence is very critical. And you can only get that through market research. And consumption gives you the opportunity for that. So, when I hear people talk about agriculture that don't want their hands to be dirty, there are a lot of things that see you that doesn't dirty you. Even agriculture. So, product market linkages. There was a time I developed an application, but I lost the application. I need. I need 10 tons of tomatoes, or I need 10 tons of rice. I have 2 tons, I have 3 tons. That system, unless it's some of them. And then you can, and there's an escrow in between. Waste reduction, consumer education, training people, talking to people about things, activating their mind is another value chain. And when you are paid for it, it's not a sin. It's not a crime. To be paid for enlightening people. We are now in the realm of knowledge. We are going to say in the age of the Aquarius. Nothing sells more than knowledge. Waste aggregation and other services are things you can have under this value chain. Now, value chain is support services, where we have financial services, loans, insurance, credit line. There's a guy, the only thing the guy does is to help you to write grants. He sits down and helps you to write grants. He listens to everything you want, asks for some document, profile grants for you. You might even sign the grant and send to him. You tell you people this grant is 1,000, this one is 200,000. And then when this grant comes, I have success fee of 1% or 2% or 3%. And kaboom, he writes it and is waiting. If it succeeds, fine. If it does not succeed, you don't pay. Okay. Financial advice fee. And we think we know business. Because we know 1 + 1 = 2, 3 naira, 5 naira, and we do some economics, we read some statistics. When it comes to business and financial advisors begin to talk to you, you will see monies from another dimension. The majority of us agriculturists are completely financially unintelligent. And that's the reason why we don't do business. FAs, these are services. They are going to be doing inside AC, inside offices. But they're going to be building your business and repositioning your business for people. Training and consultancies. You know how to train people? You're training people? You're teaching people how to do things? This is money. Now let me tell you something. Nobody buys anything without a trade of trust. Even the pure water. Oh, give me pure water, give me water, give me 50 naira. That exchange, some thoughts went to your head. Is this water healthy? Does it have that number? Is that number original? Is there? You are scanning quickly in your head. But when it happens in microseconds, you assume you didn't do any process of verification. One of the key things that connects people, you know why church sells? Teaching. When you open people's eyes to new dimension of truth, they trust you. They trust your competence, they trust your goodwill, they trust you. And when you win a heart of them, I don't believe there's anybody that's stingy. I always say it. There's no stingy person on earth. No. When you have a man's heart, it's possible. Every stingy man has somebody is feeling for him.
Exactly.
I just gave an example to her. She wanted to cut soap from my being truthful.
So training always follows with consultancy most of the time. Because when you are able to drone out the information to people tend to, and when they have issues, they run back to you. And no until you fail them. Sure. You understand? So trainers are another opportunity. Another opportunity in research, intelligence, and extensions. Research. I've already talked about it, I don't want to go back to that. Intelligence, business intelligence, other kind of intelligence that you need. Extension services. What to help support that help them succeed. It's another opportunity. Architect solutions. How do you develop software solution for different things? The world is changing very fast. We think we are not going to catch up. Now, see me, Baba. This guy is an architect guy. I was just thinking about him. And now it's called, could you help me speak with him? I think there's a guy who needs to come and meet me here. I'm making a message. And it works almost all through the night. Branding, logistics, and transport. We already understood this. Legal advisory, certification. Now, once the president of an organization, a fresh organization, and the work of the organization is to provide legal services in support of agriculture. It's an agritech legal company that looks at the challenges people have in agricultural financing, investment, agricultural land procurement, shipment, transportation, trade, commodity transfers, and all of these things are becoming so complicated. Let me tell you my personal experience. So when I started business in agriculture, because I was a military police, I have a very strong background in law, contract drafting and the like. So I was drafting a contract at the very beginning. But that time I was making maybe 10 million in 3 months. You know, that kind of something. When business comes that I have to deal with 5 contracted contract per key, I need to get a lawyer. So I got a lawyer who also doubled that key. And the lawyer was completely green when it came to agriculture.
No experience.
I had to take her through training and then employ 6 additional lawyers for them to meet up with the demand of our legal practice. You get it?
7 lawyers at a time.
So,
I think you are almost using
7 in-house lawyer. I have 1 corporate lawyer outside. I have 1 litigation lawyer outside, and I have 7 for inside for business because of the intricacies and complexities. And what they are doing, if they come out with a law like this, you need to mark. Sorry, I would have read it in the night. I said it.
No, we are okay.
And digest it and look for the loopholes of how to explore the business. And come. They will bring karma, you know karma, corporate analyze, tax. As big as it is, they will pick this species, eat it until the business is in the fingers like this. You tend to build a law, gentleman, don't worry. Don't worry. One of the things you can be sure of is this. Nigeria is a useless country. We don't have law in this country. Commit a crime. To this place. No, we have another appointment. No, it's not possible. You guys should come now or you miss the train. So, I want to quickly take you through what I call the triangle of agribusiness success. And this is basically my own experience. I didn't see any book, but my own experience I want to share it. You have seen all of the value chain and diverse opportunities, some of which we didn't talk about. Some will pop up. But there are 3 things that I feel will help you succeed in agriculture. I call that character of the farmer, competence, and finance. These 3 things encompass the things that will enable you to succeed, even as an insect farmer. And I think it's a critical thing to share with you. Do you mind? Yeah. I'm almost done. I'm actually more than done. Now, let's talk about the competence, knowledge and skill set, network and social security. Knowledge, very important. How knowledgeable are you? I ask question, why do you get involved in things and you don't want to put a lot of energy in learning it? I will use two things for example. I will use sex and religion. So I was talking to one guy, one lady. Every minute she does all the 5 prayer party. So that just popped up in my head. I said, come. Recite Surah Al-Fatiha. I don't know. Kuli Awusu, I don't know. Kuli Walawa, I don't know. You laughing, I don't know. What do you know? Do you know Ali Bata? So I don't know. Then how do you do 5 prayers? You say, I'll just say, copy Allah can for me. Whoever taught that lady how to pray, as a parent, as a woman, and handed her a journey of Islam, failure.
Without knowledge.
The intricacies of it.
Do you understand? Knowledge is a critical thing. She doesn't even know what she's doing. You know, I used to make a joke about. So people ask me that, why did I spend, I don't know, wasn't you that was telling me yesterday that is there anything around feminine and sexuality that I have not read about? And I said, I'm going to be in the business with a woman all my life. And I should understand her sexuality. Yeah. It's not just for my something to start. I choose, I come, I say anything. I must understand how our body works. How many nerves goes to our nipple, how many things, all of this. I must understand our body language. How do you want to go into agriculture? Without putting all the efforts, knowing that value chain you are going into. That's why you want to do everything. Because everything looks simple to you. Exactly. James is doing it, Paul is doing it, you can have a response.
You don't even know your temperament. Which one?
So you must understand that knowledge is critical thing. Network. Who are your friends? She was talking to me today that one of the very critical things in relationship is when you're in deep shit, you call 1 or 2 people to come to your people.
Your network.
Your network. What is your social security? Who are your friends? Who do you know? Maybe you have built network. When I was retiring, my biggest problem is where will I have civilian friends? No, just imagine that me and you went secondary school. You not see me for 20 years. Then me and you were both colleagues. And then how do you do that? I want to greet you. Please, I'm not insulting you. Just take it. Hey, bastard, how far now? I see your head and your father's head. Bastard, motherfucker. That's a military guy greeting you. If I do that to my civilian colleague.
Who is he, by the way?
I'm sorry about it. You know, that tension. My financial advisor, he said he hates the sight and the hearing of soldiers. I said, why are you working with me? He said, just ask for fashion for me, concession for me. Concession for me. He said, why he hears those guys, you know they like them. Now, imagine all of this. Do you understand me? Your network. You build network in banking and you just jump and let all of them and just straight into agriculture. You're going to have to build a network that can support you. If you don't build that network, you're going to fail. The banker that you're talking to knows numbers. He doesn't know agricultural numbers.
Of course.
I have had the desk from banks and all the bank come and sit on the table with me like they're talking about I think this is the lie. This one you get the seminars and all of the people come to the farm and come and see.
That's what I know of Heritage Bank. They died under 1.2.
So, support services, collaboration. Why do you want to do everything alone? They've seen vision to you. Don't partner with people. Africans are too everybody. Americans are very honest, aren't they? Italians are very kind and honest. They don't cheat. Caucasians don't cheat. Mongolians don't cheat. Spaniards don't cheat. It's only black men that are cheater, diabolic and So you can't do business without collaboration. Well, except you want to just have a hobby or just survival. If you're doing survival, not a problem. But if you have to build a business that is going to be sustainable, you need other people's hands. Even Moses needed Aaron to carry his hand. Okay. So, methodology, what are the style you're using? You don't necessarily, when you're talking about technology or methodology, because you want to bring what works. Use what works. Stop running about after what everybody is doing. What works? Even if it looks crude and it's working for you at that scale, use it till you can sustain the one. What's the scale of operation. There's what I call in agriculture, I call it Memen principle. Who has seen me anywhere before? My personal theory, it's like this. You climb gradually. Now, in as much as I support that, there's what I call profitability margin. There's a minimum scale you do agriculture that you make it. You know that scale. If you like, swallow by commit to run, nothing will happen.
I am intruding.
You don't know me. I am choosing. Who are you?
Infrastructure. A country like Gabon is only connected by flight. You can hardly drive from one town of Gabon to the other.
Despite all the force, all the oil money.
Yes, it's very rocky. The oil money goes to one family that has been ruling for years. You know, they are usually very broke there. Now, Nigeria. What's the problem with our tomatoes? Being the biggest producer of tomatoes. Who are who produce tomatoes? They are producing in isolated, fragmented or isolated places. And the tomatoes are not accessible by aggregators. They lose 33%. When they move it, you lose around the 3%. Then storage and every other thing, you lose about 80 to 85% of tomatoes. And on the global level, the main 50% must cover the cost of production of that man at the minimum. You must pay it. What is our infrastructure? Policies. What are the policies? So one day, I wanted to bring in drone. And then my drone got seized. I had 2 drones for agriculture. And it got seized for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. I kept writing. I was talking. Then they said I have to get an approval from NSC. National Security Council. I said, oh, that's my domain. So I started calling people. Nothing. Nothing. I got my drone. Forget about how I got it. But policies can hamper you. Of course. In Europe, I think there's a regulation as to what can you use as substitute. What can you not use? So you have to be aware of how that impacts you. Because this all talk about how competent you will be. It limits your hands. Another very critical thing is finance. The very first thing I talk about finance is clarity. How do you know your numbers? There's difference between agriculture and agricultural business. Do you know your numbers? A lot of farmers don't even know numbers. You just believe that once you put seed to ground and it germinates, you can sell and you have money. And then you pray. I told you an experience that I poured anointing oil on a farm. I studied chemistry. I know biology. I know that there's need for dissolved oxygen inside pond, but I was too religious to be dumb enough to pour oil on the fish pond.
Because you are choosing.
Yes. I was actually a chosen moron. You know? I can see how that's not playing out in my choice. So, you need to be clear. It is not your emotions. One day, a friend of mine came and he wanted to do catfish. So when he talked to me about catfish, I told him we're going to do 10,000. The total cost of the production was 32 million naira. That was 2014. 32 million naira total cost of 2016, and 2 million naira total cost of production. 6 months. So I gave him a breakdown of the cost of feeding. The chart was like this. And I told him 95% of your cost goes into feeding. So, first month, 650,000. Second month, 1 million, 950. Third month, climbing. And then the guy couldn't understand how he would spend 32 million naira in 6 months when he's starting with 60,000 naira in the first month. And the deal was he was going to be 25 million. I was going to bring the balance as a bridge finance for him. Then when project comes out, I will take my money back. So we started the business. In the second month, just called me and said, Mr. Azeez, I have some consignments that will come. I will use some of the money. I told you I said, carry this money. Keep 3 months money for me. Okay. Next month, you add the 4 months on the account. He said, no, Mr. Azeez, what's the problem? He went and imported with container. Container landed in Nigeria.
Memory
Could not
clear.
clear the container. Me now, I said no problem. So I carry my 8 million. I get already. So the bridge finance just come forward toward the end, so I moved it forward. I continue bridging the something until my bridge sank. So when we continue feeding the fish, they were healthy, they were growing and everything. Ladies and gentlemen, the guy did not make it. I ran out of my own car. We left the fish. I started singing and hallelujah. When we harvested the fish, we sold the fish 1,950,000 after a investment of 14.6 million. And the painful part of it, out of that 14.6 million, I own 8 million. When he wanted to harvest, I was in Bayelsa. He thought he wanted to go and harvest. When he thought I was, I said, oh, that's go and harvest. Me, I've already counted my loss. When he harvested the fish, this is the head of the fish.
They tell you.
It was good enough that I told him. I said, animals don't understand English.
They don't.
Your children, they're hungry. He said, son, your library is not going to listen. You will start losing it right now. Poultry, any livestock. Once they stop eating, they start retracting their standards. You have to understand that. So, how are you positioning your business? You have known your numbers, you keep records, you have data. How are you positioning the business? Are you choosing? Or you are making the right choices? See, nobody is going to tell the story of your business right except you. And nobody is going to showcase your business to investors. And no investor is going to drop money on the business without structure.
Oh, God.
Because you are so passionate about farming instead, that's your own passion. Nobody cares about the passion. They care about the structure. About the fact that when I drop $10 into this place, I'm going to get, even if it's $1, I'm sure I'm going to get my $1, and my $10 doesn't go missing. And if I'm not going to get the $1, can I get my $10, or how can I cut my loss? You need to put your business in a way that you can grow. We love small things, and especially Yoruba people, they are wired us. Plenty money will reduce your age. I'm wondering why I didn't get it alive. Oh, if you make money when you are too young, you will die very quickly. You will still living.
Hello.
So,
Business, but you are still there.
Business positioning and structure, very, very important. You have to package the business, do the hard work. When I was going to take my business for a rating, for the financial rating, the first thing they did is that they told me to bring a document. When they gave me the list of documents, I have 53 documents to create. And it's like going to toilet, you can't send your child. It thing shocked me. I dropped pound. Looking at the list I had, and I have to go through 2 ratings minimum. Second rating company said it's only had 28 documents to build. Different formats. Because I've not done it before. Then after that, the legal people too came. They said they have their own. Those 4 guys have to come together before I go to rating. Then when I go to rating and my ratings come out, that's when I can now take it out to get bond or to list on the capital market.
And these are paperworks.
These are just paperwork.
More than paperwork.
You want to get loans from bank does not give loan, what is the structure of the business? How is it? How have you understood the number enough to actually structure the business well, from governance of the business to your cash flow and projections and the like?
Can you still flesh out for some of us who don't know what? Okay, this is structure, business structure. I like that. Talking about
Talk about governance. Who are the ones in charge of the business? How is your business managed? What does business answer you? What sustains your business? How do you bring sustainability of your business here? How do you manage your cash flow? Where do you generate money from?
Who has the final say concerning?
And that's the governance. That's governance. All of these things. Because the kind of fund you are looking for, your funders, some will say, I want corporate governance. Nobody will give you public money or bank money without corporate governance, for example. Except it's sole proprietorship business, and that business is built for that person. You know that they're giving and they're giving what they're giving. So it depends on how you want to build the business. I wanted a business that is very big, that can draw billions of money, and I need to develop a structure that matches that. If I want to do something small, I don't need a structure that I'm the one that is running the business. This is how my money goes. This is my record. This is who I account to. This is how I keep the money. This is this is where I make money from. These are my potential risks, and this is how I mitigate those risks and all of these things. All of these are structure. It's another class entirely, and I'm not a business person. I don't teach business, sorry. But I don't want you to understand. You have to. If you're not doing business, you want to farm, you are farming. It's okay. Just enjoy the hobby. If it gives you extra money, fantastic. If it does not give you extra money, what's the problem? You're happy. But if you're going to do business, you have to go for structure. And this structure will help you position the business. And you have to put this decision where interested investors can put it. How you do that is entirely dependent on you as a business. Consultants can help you. And I am not a financial consultant, actually. Financial intelligence, innovation, network, cooperative and collectives. Do you want to just be on your own or you want to be in a group of people? Cooperative will give you some wings to fly early. Sources. How do you get your money? You don't have to buy everything. You have always thought that you must buy everything. You can have deals with people. For example, we are going to have the reputation of this place. By next month, we should finish setting it up in Port Harcourt. And the facility we are using there came on a deal. To rent the place alone will be costing us maybe 5, 6, 7 million without all that thing. No. My friend said, let's drop the money. I said, no, you don't drop the money. What have they been doing will be something when we're not there. So you just come and dump the money. No, put it aside. Let's look at mutually beneficial arrangement. Then you save that money for other things that are more important.
And you share it.
Like the money, no, we're not sharing it. We put that money into some other components of the project. Repairs, furnishing, all those things. Deals. Sometimes it's your greed. You don't want somebody to take 1%, 2%, 3% of your business. You want to have 100% of a business that's worth 100 million or 50 million or 10 million, where you could have 10% of a business that is bigger. It depends on how you see it. And nothing is wrong. It just depends on how you see life and what you want out of it. So, deals, loans. What kind of loans? Soft loan? Or bank loans that you pay? Or Islamic loans? There are Islamic loans. I have gotten Islamic loan from Jai's Bank before. And when they came, look, they can't do it, they say, no, calm down. And then we look at the business, look, they say, we can do this, we can structure Islamic. We are not breaking the sunnah. And we are not getting free money. So we look at the nitty-gritty. When you understand your numbers enough and your business processes, you will know where and what are the ripples that you can utilize. Grants. Personally, I don't really believe money. I don't know how to take free things. If I come to your house, I'm not even going to give money. But if I eat, I will give money to your kid. Practically. Yeah, I don't believe in anything free. No, that's my own policy. But grant work.
Your cup for the
Oh, this is my cup?
Yes.
Oh.
So I thought you want to take it.
I can't even take up. I was trying to use my chosen skill. So, is it the right capital? We make a mistake to think that money is money. I've heard that there's a slogan from my brother and it says, okay? What you have money. But, you know, is it the money that is really sustainable? Is it the cheapest you can get? Is it the right money for your business? Patient capital. How long do you need a moratorium? 6 weeks? 8 weeks? 180 days? You have to ask these questions. Because a lot of time, make I just get money now. Look at this money. And then just start. No, sit. And you ask real questions. Can I pay the money back if I need to pay it? Are you getting what I'm saying? Don't ever be desperate. Let me give you a very practical, personal example. So I had a property, and my property was $1.2 million. And I needed small money there. Actually, very small money there. 160 million. So I approached the bank. I just called the lawyer. Hey, give them these documents. The bank even approached me and said, do you want more money? I said, no. Last 60. Ladies and gentlemen, when I couldn't pay the 160 million back, the bank is still holding on to my property $1.2 million till this month.
No justifiable reason.
What?
I
am not going to
They cannot even dispose the collateral of house. They can't too much.
So,
And the value will keep increasing now.
yes.
They will dispose it.
So, the question is not desperation. It's a painful thing I use as an experience, but I just want you to learn from some of the very terrible mistakes I have made as business. Like I told you, I am not a business teacher. I just share my personal experience. So, is it feasible? You collect the money and you get the money back. Or I need 5 million and you just give me 2 million. I will start from here. I know that God will give me
Hey, yeah, choosing.
then, because if you need 5 million to fly your business and you have 4.5 million, you may still fail. And then what are the deals that available to you? What are the deals? Talk to people.
Opportunity.
Bring people together. Join hands. It's not everything. You don't have to buy everything. You don't have to pay for everything. You can do profit sharing. You can talk. Think. Bring out ingenuity from your inner man. Action. Are you a man that talks and read? Reading, they can let people feel like they can read. They can do research. They can. But what are they doing? Very important. Action. You cannot translate business from idea to business that brings you money without action. It may be small action, but you have to start acting. Your character is a very critical thing. Consistency. Are you the person the fire brigade approach? Today you are all energetic and if I going down, then let's say you know, and you blame God for every other thing. Are you, what's your emotional, I talked about your ego, your emotional and social quotient. How do you utilize your network? And how do you manage this network? Very, very important. Your fears, your pride, your temperament, all of these things come to play when it comes to agriculture. One thing I can tell you is that agriculture will hold your temperament, your emotional identity when you feel like just person. It's also key. What's your risk appetite? Are you tenacious? Do you have integrity? My definition of integrity is that is ball. Ball is the only shape that maintains perspective from every view. That's what I call integrity. Do you hold together in every area? From your relationship management to financial management to your spiritual stability, even to your physical health. When my business had challenge, and I began to lose it. I was having memory loss, I was physically getting drained. And what did I do? I told everybody, I am the capital of that business.
Yes,
once I'm dead, they lose their money. And if they trust me enough to put that money in my hand, I need to protect myself first. Everybody wants, I will not even allow you people to kill me. And the day I went to the farm and they came and brought gun to shoot me. Then I knew that they are not joking. I said, okay.
You won't see me again.
Just don't die. When you are dead, the money you are. People who come to the place and eat akara on your neck. You must understand this as very, very important. How can you delay your gratification? When I started my business, I was driving Matrix. And I would drive Matrix, going for seminars and training. I would start the engine like this. And I would drive from Imo, Port Harcourt, Calabar, Abuja, and everything. Yes, I had energy then. That's what I can do at that age. I can't do that now. So, I would go and do all of those things. The car was well economical and everything. You understand? Then when you get to a point I can drive good cars, I started driving good cars. Everything in good places. You have to delay the gratification. A lot of times you are too much in a hurry to want to show off what you have achieved. Please build the business, don't deplete the money. Then another thing is velocity. You must understand that. So I put it here. You have the idea. I expect that this cohort should launch into an idea. Launch into an idea phase. Or if that you don't have the idea already, you already You have an idea. I do not believe that any idea is stupid. I believe someone tells me that they want to pack feces in nylon and sell in Nigeria, I will tell them it's possible to sell. It sounds like I believe it can sell. It just depends on the story. Nobody buys the product. They buy the story you tell. If you know how to tell the story, you buy the story.
I have no shoe.
And you won't tell me.
The guy that did the mobile toilet. The guy that initiated the children. I forgot his name.
When you have an idea, what plan do you have to execute it? Write the vision down, make it plain, so that he that reads it will run. I saw that in the Bible. Write the vision down, make it plain. Write the vision down, make it plain. If you are not clear, nobody can join you on the journey. And when people cannot join you on the journey, you can't even get it. So, what's the plan? Understand the idea, develop plan, and start taking actions. You see, you can have a fantastic plan. Talk to 1 million people, you will not get anybody. When I started my business, I developed proposals. Some of them this 50 page, 60 page. I flew to Dubai, I flew everywhere looking for money. One thing I say, Azeez, I now sat down in Nigeria. When you said, you will see I don't know that thing is real until it happens. You know, sometimes you run after things because, and it's not the running, it's the preparation. I was telling my wife this one, I said, whatever you are today, that's the best quality can give you. Your quality of personality can give you. So if you are worth 1 million, that's the value of your personality. If you want to be worth more than 1 million, you cannot leave that 1 million level until you build yourself and your network in your value. Exactly. This is something. What are the actions you are taking? Are you making some effort? Are you doing some little thing that you can catch? I'll tell you something. So I wanted to start catfish farming. And then I got to the farm. I was broke, dead broke. You know, only living on salary. Then I had a driver there. The driver came and met me. He said, Mr. Azeez, what's your job? And you my job, you got to get it. I said, get out. He said, what's your job? Then he said, okay, you know what? In your beginning, I will give you 2,000 fingerlings on credit. When you sell the fish, pay me back. He was my driver. I said, okay. At least he had now hung it on my neck. So I took it. I began to buy every month. I would allocate some of my salary to buy food. Those fishes were fishes in water. When the guy that wanted to do 32 million fish project came to him and saw fish in water, said, you are not doing this thing, knowing you. Now that failed, right? 30 million naira failed. But that 32 million naira guy, when we stopped him, another guy came in and said, you are doing fish? Azeez, he gave me 5 million. Another guy gave me 3 million. That was 8 million and he support the guy.
Yeah.
All of them lost their money. Right?
Yeah.
But that became a pedestal for money from them. Because what we had, the story, everybody really, we are going to do this thing. And then, like a hobby, that fish farm built a $7 million capital business. Woo! So this is, you need to start acting. If you don't act, it's so actually. It's going to be weak in the sport. But you have to be consistent with tenacious because no one will answer you. You are chosen, you do your hand like this, something happens in your freezer, that can happen in TikTok.
Yes. I am chosen.
Then, when you build the very thing you need, we have assumed that money is everything. In the first thing you need in vision is people. People. And I told you something. When you have people parts, they are forced to work with you. I don't believe in anybody stingy. So in my last unit, before I retired, my boss had a reputation of being acadon. Not just acadon, malicious. Very, almost always angry. But the day he came, I was there standing by the jetty, and he came, look at me, Azeez, then when they say he's coming, he started talking me down. So I'm supposed to be edgy, defensive, and everything. I just smiled at him. You are just smiling. You idiot, you can come with me in my office. So when I got to the office, he said, He wanted to finish and give me his vision. I said, sir, give me till next week, Tuesday. I developed how we can implement the vision. I told him everything. So when I got in, I sat down. I walked him through my plan. I was number 3 on the page. So for helping me, he was excited. When I finished, I now got my retirement letter. And my retirement letter.
Oh my.
Because I didn't want him to have an assumption that I'm retiring and become lousy. I did the work for him. That was end of January and my retirement terminal leave started 5th of February. But I did something. And I told myself, well, you know what? What is your plan? I said, Azeez, we are going to execute this thing. You know, because how will now ever tell that? Don't worry. I will give you my terminal leave. I will serve you my terminal leave to execute this. Then I will do it. When it was like a few days after, I needed to have a meeting and I didn't want to do the meeting as a soldier. And I said, I can't go for this meeting in military uniform again, so I have to join the front. You look at me, he celebrated me, gave me so many things. And you know what he did as I retired? He loaded me with money.
Wow. Akagomo.
Till date, if he misses my call, he'll call me back. So, it depends. How do you connect with people? How do you connect with people? Well, God is not all you need to have all your things. God is not all. You need human. He said, He has given the acts to children of men. There are people who have money, if you look at them badly, they will snap like and you will never rise up. Don't like say God of vengeance. Then the vengeance is not. That means that you cannot take vengeance again.
Vengeance is coming later.
So people, because the money you need is in the hand of people.
Of course.
The network is in the hand of people. The support system is in the hand of people. Of course, your danger too is in the hand of people. But without people, you are taking your business nowhere. So don't partner with people. Hey, people are evil. Everything. May God have mercy on you. When the people come, money will always come. I have a theory. I say money is an idiot. If you walk against the light, you will cast a shadow. This is money. When you get things right, you may fail multiple times. Money will always come. But if you can win people on your journey, money will answer to you. So this is it. Having done that, how do we now bring all of this together? Secular economy, ecosystem approach to agriculture. There is a fault that I find in our agricultural system, and I want to believe that it is not in tandem with our culture. Let me quickly bring our culture together as Yoruba people. Is there anybody not Yoruba here? Okay, not Yoruba, which is similitude of everything we have in Africa. We are social person. We have Yoruba and Gole, where your son, your brothers, your son is his son.
Yeah.
Literally. Right?
Correct.
Not now that if you look at my son too much, then my uncle wants to do yeah. We build and we have social system. All of us can work together on his farm, then to his farm, then to his farm, arrow, and do all of those things. But we have all formed individualism. Well, I'm not faulting anything. Perhaps Western culture introduced in education and religion. Perhaps. But we need to start ecosystem approach to agriculture. Because we do individualistic agriculture, the reason we become so vulnerable. And so small. That's why we are very vulnerable. We can reduce the vulnerability by working together as collective or as cooperative, running an ecosystem based. And that's why I first ran through the value chain. You don't have to do everything. You don't have to do everything. Okay, you want to start producing A, who buys it? Or you just producing it, but that's what you want to do. But imagine there's an ecosystem where you are a ready market for people, and you are a ready market for people. This value chain industry, everybody is coming to insect farm, check on the internet, many people are talking about it. It looks interesting until when it comes to the business of it, you will find yourself You are like an egg that is boiled. When you remove from hot water, the body just goes dry. Because the industry or the sector is very slim. And no matter how passionate we are, we have to build up that sector. We don't build the sector, we won't have all of the things that we need for that sector to be constant. And that's what's happening in agriculture. Everybody just plant, and we're not really putting ecosystem into mind. Everybody just wants to do something. So, I wrote here, I said an ecosystem approach to insect farming promotes collaboration across various stakeholders, creating a dynamic network where individuals with different interests work together. Through cluster formation, farmers, investors, researchers, entrepreneurs, and policymakers pool resources, share knowledge, and complement each other's strength. While farmers may focus on production, researchers bring innovations to table. You know, what kind of species? What can we do? What are the things that can work well here? And entrepreneurs drive commercialization and product development. This integrated model enhances efficiency and sustainability. Government agencies and financial institutions provide regulatory support and funding. Such an approach builds a resilient ecosystem, improving access to markets, fostering innovation, and ensuring a sustainable supply of insect-based products. This brings me to the end of the official class. Before I run up, I'll give you an instance in Israel. And it's not clear, but you see it in the document. Who has heard of the word kibbutz? Or kibbutzim?
That's the system, operating system in Israel. In Israel.
So Israel, when you're talking about agriculture, now, agricultural innovation in the world, you don't want to drop Israel as one of the leading, right? US, Israel, Netherlands, India, China, you have to call Israel, Brazil. Israel is a small country. How did they become prosperous and successful in agriculture? So, they formed a cluster of people, like families, and they live together, and they create an agricultural ecosystem and circular economy. Up till date, I've read an article, I can't remember, they said it's only black men who throw their money abroad. That other races make sure their money revolves among themselves. You know, what kibbutz does is to make sure that everything that is needed to run the ecosystem is within that ecosystem and they live together. So, if we are building now, or we are farming now, and we don't have fertilizer, and this brother is here doing nothing, instead of him to continue serving you and licking your leg, you can empower him, and he goes and starts selling fertilizer. Why are we selling fertilizer? That one look, why are we selling fertilizer? We have things we can use to start blending fertilizer. Why don't we do the blend? I bet I want to blend. So the blend, he sells, he uses. And then the value chain development comes. You can live here with so much enthusiasm. Insect. The question is, how many are ready to uptake your product? Is this to break your heart? No. It is enthusiasm about insect. My name is Azeez, enthusiasm, insect, so you know that I'm very passionate about it. But I need us to come to the reality of it. We are supposed to build value. We have an organization called QuickFarm, which is an association. We have so many other things coming up. And by permission of the coordinator, I was told to introduce to you a project we are on, which for me. Sir, I'm taking permission second time. Thank you very much. Which will be, in 10 minutes I should be off. I have finished the lecture officially. Do we have questions? No question. So far, so good. You need by the very easy. No. What you doing to Cameroon?
Yes,
So I will let them share this with you, sir. Okay. Then in PDF. Today, Mr. Joseph, you will get it to PDF.
No problem. So you are telling us about key fund?
No, I'm not telling you.
About waste for meal.
Okay, this is the.
So my plan for waste. Who is for waste for me? I think I know this guy. He also waits for me. I know that was after one time that I wanted to attack. Okay, there's one guy that absent. They say there are 4 people from waste for me.
1, 2.
And there's another guy. And last one day or something. And there's a they absent all the time. And so we will if the CEO is not angry, who am I? Why am I to be angry? So, I'm not going to take your time. It's simply talking about how we generate waste. And estimated that we generate about 2.01 billion metric tons of waste globally. About 33% of waste to 44%, depending on the demographics, are organic waste. In Africa, over 40% of the biggest dump sites are in Africa. And about 70% of our waste are recycled. Plastic waste and other kind of organic waste. We've had a lot of things going around: plastic waste, metal waste, glass waste, electronic waste, medical waste. How much do we have going around organic waste? And organic waste is actually what constitutes one of the constitute nuisance to the environment. Why? As it decomposes, it releases greenhouse gases, carbon dioxide, and more troublesome methane gas. And in the last 3 days, who has never had a remnant of food? If you have finished all the food I was served to you, please answer some. I don't like remaining food. But before you give me the food, I'll tell you if I can have fish. I would rather eat and then have little more. No, I don't waste food. I grew up with extreme poverty. I say my father's poverty, they delivered it to him in envelope. And they saluted. And gave it to him. You know? So it was well packaged for him. So that's one of the things that drove me to agriculture. I hate hunger. You cannot stay in my house and be hungry. If I have food, you will eat. If the food finishes, all of us will be looking at ourselves. I will never tighten my face that you eat them. Eat. Because I was organic. You check my inspiration. That I just eat on. Okay? That's what I'm. So how can we maximize this and begin to do something? We import fish meal, usually from Denmark, Netherlands, Israel, China, soybean. We found soybean there, but we import a lot. Brazil, you know. Brazil itself is supplementing its protein with insects. So, you know. Now, do local farming. You import your fertilizer. You import your irrigation kits. Everything. I was to do 210 hectares of tomato. I spent $750,000 on irrigation kits alone. Kits, no fertilizer. Irrigation kits alone. No fertilizer. No food. No seedlings. Yet. And then I had a choice to buy seed. National Seed Council. 8 naira per seed. Or from Profita, Netherlands. 69 naira per seed. So I'm going to do 8 naira per seed and have 0.21 kg per plant. Or 69 naira per seed and have minimum of 10 kg per plant. And not just 0.21, also my like we do like this. Like put calcium, magnesium, turn yourself fertilizer and be blowing yourself into something. They will still come round by. But the question is, are we really farming local when everything is important? No. In Nigeria, we talk about the poultry. The poultry takes 21% of the total GDP of Nigeria is contributed by poultry. Agricultural GDP is contributed by poultry. Now, what happens to poultry? Poultry depends on concentrated feed, which contains 40% minimum, 20-40% protein. Where is protein coming from? Fish, right? Fish meal or soybean. You want fish meal. Nigeria has fish. Because of our position on Africa, and on top of Nigeria, Cameroon, Equatorial Guinea have, not up to Gabon, but that dentation allows us to have concentration of fish. But we lose almost $72 million to illegal fish every year. Now, croaker fish, go to Lagos, drop net, you catch croaker fish, you catch tilapia, but they are imported. We have a deficit of about 2 million metric tons of fish per annum as a nation. That is nothing. 2 million metric tons, that is 2 billion kg. Multiply it by the price per kg of fish, and you know the amount of economy that means. Now you are not eating, and fish is the protein source, main protein source for a developing country like Nigeria. Now you are not eating, then you want to do fish meal.
Our kapu.
And then, you know, having worked in the maritime sector, I also know that, okay, last week, all my training last week was not agriculture, it's purely maritime security. So what I do outside Nigeria is always maritime security. Now, one of the problems we have is, I have nets. My net should be this size, so that it takes big fishes and little small one. But fishing guys come with this size of nets and catch even the future fishes. And there's no problem. I will write to people. Nobody will have it there.
Enforcement. Unclosed doors.
UNCLOS. UNCLOS is not about fishery protection. UNCLOS is simply about legal rights of countries within their water space and what's the level of right they have. That's what UNCLOS. But fishery protection in itself, we have fishery protection. We have human, we have Navy, we have NIMASA, we have fishery protection in Nigeria, we have in Senegal, we have in Ghana, Benin, Togo, everybody comes there. We have joint maritime security networks. But who are not taking our fishing? The Filipinos, Japanese, and in Nigeria, Ghanaians. It's not about that. How we increase our food security. So we need to start looking into to see how we can maximize our food security. So we have this project called Project Waste for Me. And Project Waste for Me has just 5 components. The training component, which we are on at the moment, community building, waste aggregation, recyclation, and industrialization of wastes. It's covering multiple countries: Nigeria, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Togo, Benin, Senegal, Liberia, Rwanda, South Africa, Uganda, Kenya, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Cameroon, Sierra Leone, Tanzania, and Angola. These are just a country of interest where waste for Men is going to be happening. What we're doing with the training component is this. First of all, nobody can go into an industry without knowing about the industry. So people need to be trained. We get trained to know about the industry. And the training will be free, but it has to be paid, or subsidized payment. And NGN, instead of fee, are all component of this. Imagine that you wanted to do this training. This training you are doing for 5 weeks. You probably pay 50,000 naira or any other amount. If you're going to do this training online for 3 days with NGN directly, you're going to pay $320 or 300 euros. 3 days. Is that John? Am I lying?
It's even more than that now.
When you open, you can go on the NGN site, you can check. So it's not an excursion, it's real member. Okay. Now you want to go there physically to train, it is 1,000 euros. Regardless your tickets, your visa, your hotel, your feeding, not part of it. 1,000 euros. And they are going to consult for you, you know how much you're going to pay in euros. So we talked together, including Mr. John, all of us, we came together and look, how can we make this accessible to Africans so that more Africans can understand this value chain and take it to a level. I asked the question, should we learn passionately and go and do as much passionately when there is no consumer. And what can help us to generate and build that ecosystem is knowledge. And knowledge has to move very fast. The more awareness, the more engagement, the more we have. So, what we're doing is to bring the training and segment training. Physical training like this is going to continue. We're going to be currently, I'll be in Lagos by weekend, and then the week after I'll be in Port Harcourt, and we are setting up a facility like this, similar size in Port Harcourt, to start operation second week of October. For training, physical training across multiple insects. We'll start with cricket and BSF and grasshopper, right? Grasshopper. So the aim is to join hands, and then we will also involve both towards researches and other things as time goes by. And we don't want anyone who has come in contact and taken this course in one form or another to just go back and be like Paul, who knows the book so much. You understand? You understand? We don't want you to just know the book. We want you to do something. Yes, act and get something out of it. Apart from the fact that the climate change thing is giving the world problem. Forget whatever theory, anybody, conspiracy theory, leave it. It's not a business to swim against the tide. It's a business to utilize the strength of the tide. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
The world is talking about climate change. How can you align with it and project yourself there? Climate change, how can we tell a story around it? How can we tell a story around food security? And not just telling the story, having tangible and measurable impacts. And that's what Waste for Meal is. So it has a face. It's about 100,000 Nigerian Africans are going to be trained in diverse. There are 4 levels of training. And 45,000 for Nigeria. Please disregard the number 40,000. It's 45,000 now. It was reviewed for 5,000 and I've now adjusted this particular presentation. And then when they are trained, 45,000 Nigerians, 100,000 Africans, Nigeria 45,000, Ghana 12,000, South Africa, Uganda 5,000, Liberia 3,000, Sierra Leone 5,000, Rwanda 3,000, the Republic 2,500, 2,500, South Africa 6,000. So based on their population, activities, mapping and the like, so these are numbers that we have. So when they finish training, we don't want you to dash away. You understand? We don't want you to dash away. Let me tell you one of the reasons I went to the armed forces. So when I got my admission in FUTA, Federal University of Technology, Akure, to study industrial chemistry, I was very excited. I made my papers in SS2, so I already got admission. SS3, I already have admission in university. So I was so happy, and I was looking forward to a very bright future. Kaboom! My admission to NDA. Then I asked the question. Being the last born of a family of 6, and I was mommy's pet, and my immediate sibling, girl, the one above, girl, and the 2 boys, because they have a gap, they are out hustling, so I have girl again. So I literally was girlish. So I grew up a girlish guy. And then one of my uncle looked at me and said, NDA is not for girls, it's for boys. And I told him that I hereby sentence myself to 5 years imprisonment. I would rather die in India than come back to hunger in this house. But what motivated me? I asked 4 questions. I said, do they go on strike? He said, no. My uncle was in school. He spent 10 years in OE. I didn't want that. Will I look for a job after? He said, no. I said, okay. Will I pay school fees? He said, no. That they would rather give you stipend. I said, eh? Is that all? And when I got there, I saw caskets. So I went under the casket like this. I looked, I said, is that I come out or they use this to carry me? And I will not go back home. We used to sing one song, Mama no day, Mama no day, no love, baby, I will never run away from NG. But there's something that gave me hope. We all live for hope. The hope that when I finish, I will make use of what I am learning, and not just use it in an impactful manner and beneficial manner. And this is the story I began to imagine or envision when we talk about agriculture. And Mariam Peter, Rosemary, Amole, Azeez, Naranjo, Sis-Roskam, Ziad, all of these gentlemen and ladies all have the same vision that we shouldn't just learn, we should make money from it. Then form people into cluster. After you form them into cluster, attract investment from them. Nobody gives individual investment. I can give this gentleman investment now. You go and buy land, give me. That's a really good investment. And yes, nobody wants you, you know? Yes, because money is a deceit. When you see it looks as it's very plenty until it finishes. You know, I was just telling my madam as they come this morning. So the work I did, they gave me DSA. So then they pay me the money. It will come very huge. You know, especially when you're paying $1 in this economy, you know, it makes you feel on top of the world. So yesterday morning, I was broke. I cashed the dollar, and I was super rich. And then I paid school fees, and I'm broke. So this is what happens to money. Nobody's going to give individual just you dash money. Then it's going to be backed by a system that ensures that you have access to credit markets. You can't spend that money. You know, I can give you now. If this is your muzzle, you say you need one wife to carry here, one wife to carry here. One of my uncles sold land. My family is the one that sold land to Kenya land. When my uncle sold the land, he went and bought 2 cars, married 4 cars.
So why this year around investor?
It's a privilege for me to be with you. I feel excited when I see matured men and women gathered to be able to improve and increase, their knowledge. I feel excited.
Thank you, sir.
But don't worry, University